Hello students, for this lesson we're going to review about multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So we're going to multiply and divide rational numbers. The rational numbers will include fractions, decimals, and mixed numbers. Now some of them could be even negative, so keep that in mind. So first example that we have here we're multiplying two mixed numbers. So one thing that we have to do here is change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So that should be your first step. How do we change mixed numbers into improper fractions? So some people call it the Texas style. Why? Because the addition and multiplication symbol, TX, kind of like Texas style. So we do 2 times 2, that will be 4, plus the 1, that is 5. That should be your new numerator. And we stay with the same denominator. And we do the same thing with the second mixed number. 5 times 4, 20 plus 1, 21, and 21 over 5. We stay with the same denominator. Once we have it like this, we multiply numerator with numerator and denominators with denominators. So we multiply straight across with each other, and we notice that we got 105 divided by 10. We can simplify by 10. By 5, I'm sorry, and we get 21 over 2. Once we have this, you still have to do in and out, meaning divide. Okay. Then when you divide, how many 2's goes into 21? That will be 10. You will have one remainder, so that will be your new numerator, and the denominator stays the same as a 2. So that's how you multiply with mixed numbers. If it's a regular fraction, just multiply numerator, denominator with denominator. And you need to remember that everything needs to be in simplest form. Right here, regular multiplication, numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator, no mixed number. So we just multiply straight across. We get 15 over 32. Is that in simplest form? It stays as a fraction. Moving on. Now we're going to divide. Now with division, we need to remember a strategy called keep change reciprocal, KCR. Some people see it as KCF, keep change flip. I prefer to keep it as reciprocal so we know the strategy. So when you have a fraction divided by another fraction, we keep the first fraction, 3/4 stays. We change division symbol for multiplication symbol, and then we do the reciprocal of the second fraction. In this case, 2/9 goes back to 9/2. So once we do that strategy, then from here we multiply numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. Now then we got 3 times 9 is equals to 27, and 4 times 2 is equals to 8. Now from here we need to do in and out. Means we need to divide. So in, this one goes in the division, and this one goes out. When we do in and out, I have it here. We divide 27 divided by 8. How many 8 goes into 27? That will be 3. So 27 minus 24, and we have a remainder of 3. So here I show my students to do the little g. So the quotient is my whole number, my remainder is my numerator, and my divisor is my denominator. And that's exactly what we have right here, 3 3/8. So that's when we use the strategy keep change reciprocal when we're dividing two fractions. In this case, apply the same rules. We need to do the keep change reciprocal, but before we do that, we need to change this mixed number into improper fraction, and then the multiply. You can simplify across. If you don't know how to simplify across, my recommendation is just multiply straightforward, and then at the end simplify. And notice here 20 over 3. They did in and out, and they got 6 2/3. So there you have it. Now when you multiply decimals, you also will have some problems multiplying decimals. You multiply the decimals like any other multiplication not following. Then your product, once you find your product, then you start counting your decimals. Here I have 1 decimal, here I have 2, so that will be a total of 3 decimals. So that's what's 1, 2, 3, and then I place my decimal right there. So there you have your product once you multiply and move your decimals. So there you have it. Then when you divide decimals, make sure that your divisor is always a whole number. So if you have decimals in the divisor, you need to move the decimal to make it a whole number, and the number of places you move it on the divisor, you're going to move on the dividend the same amount of places. So like right here, they move it twice. So right here, now I have my new decimal here. And if you want to bring it up right away on your division, so that way when you divide, you don't forget that you have a decimal there. So there you have it. This is a quick review on how to multiply and divide rational numbers. If you have any questions, please let me know, and make sure you complete all your problems. There are 10 problems, and when you complete it on your own paper, make sure you go back into Google Classroom and fill out the Google form. If you have any questions, please let me know. See you next time.